After you feel happy with how this looks for now, we're going to start shading the white of the eye. Now, that doesn't sound like something that you would want to do, but in reality, the whites of the eye are not very white. So we kind of want to go in again with the side of our pencil and just do a light coloring of the iris. So once you do kind of a light gray, you're gonna get your tissue again and you're just gonna smooth all of this out. Don't touch the iris with this or there'll be a ton of really black smudges everywhere, which would not be good. So right now this gray is very barely visible, and that's how we want it to be for now. But we need to think about our light source. So our light source is coming from around here. So this side of the eye is going to have a lot of shade on it. So you can darken this side of the eye. Again with the side of your pencil. And then just slowly let it get lighter. You also want to make sure that these lines you're using are somewhat round, because the surface of an eye is round. It's not just straight up and down. So we're going to come in and use our tissue again and blend this out a little. So a big thing with drawing is most people will draw in layers. So layers just means that you're going to start out very light, but you're going to keep going in and adding layers until you get the darkness that you want. Okay, so we're going to come over to this side. This side is still going to be somewhat dark in this corner, but it's going to overall be lighter than that other side that we just did, because the light source is on this side. So again, come in and blend it with the tissue or napkin or whatever you have. You can also use these Q-tips. These are better for like details, like if you want to blend the edge of this iris here, you can do that. I mean, it's not really needed. Or you can blend this little pupil area. Anyway, again, I'm just going through and darkening the dark areas, because those tend to look lighter sometimes when you're drawing. Okay, once you're happy with that, remember this shadow in the iris. Well, we have to continue that down the actual eyeball. You want to make it, you want almost a black line under this eyelid, because it's very dark between here and the eye. Then come on the other side And do the exact same thing. Come in with the tissue again, blend it out. I'm going to darken some of these areas in the side portion of the eye. And come in here and blend it a little bit. Not too much though, or you'll get rid of any bumpy areas that you just made. Okay, we are pretty much done with the inside of the eye. Maybe go in and darken some of these shadows. We might want to darken this lower line just a little bit. Make sure you blend it into the eye once you've drawn it though. Next, we're going to get into the outside of the eye. So, this eyelid right here we can finally darken. Make sure it follows the eye. And you also, on the top eyelid, you want to add in the little ledge of the eyelid. The top one is not going to be too visible, but the bottom one will definitely be much more visible. I'm going to go in like this. Okay, once you have the eyelids and the lines underneath them, as so, you can start coloring just in the skin. Now the skin you can just draw in with the side of your pencil like usual. Or we can take our old blending tissue and just use the extra graphite on there to create tone of the skin. This is what I normally do when I do my drawings. I normally just use the rag for it. You just want to go over everything with this. So once you've gotten a light skin tone in, you're gonna come with a little bit darker of a pencil. You're gonna just start to shade this upper eyelid area. You don't want it too dark. Once you have that, you're gonna draw a darker you're going to kind of shade in an area up like this. What this is right here is your brow line. So now, eyebrows normally come across the eye and end a little bit farther out than the eye. Okay? So you can kind of just sketch your eyebrow line there. You can also blend these darker lines out into skin tone. This area is going to be all somewhat darker than the rest of the skin. There we go. Okay, we don't want hard lines when we draw. So we're going to go to the eyebrow now, and then we will finish this bottom eyelid and add in some eyelashes. So eyebrows, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Many of them have hairs that go down this way though. They have some that come from the top as well. Now, I'm just filling in a light sketch of how this is going to look. And some, I go in this opposite direction here.